like kind of where we left off last time? What was going on?
I can say it if someone else
The
doesn't.
kite.
The
Yeah.
kite. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, so we have we have this small band of travelers, this small band of 3 who are trudging through the desert after kind of being excommunicated, if you will, from the city walls of Mishe. You're getting into some sort of mischief there when you kind of all got thrown together in you were all sort of blamed for this similar mischief. You were all kicked out, and you ended up in this harsh desert where you've just kind of been roaming together. This is Arya's character Thimble, Ian's character Knick-Knack, and Roy's character Yala, who have been traveling together, and it's been a little rough out here in the desert. Your lips are cracked, your skin is dry, it's hot. The days are really hot, and the nights become like uncomfortably cool as well. Like it's still dry, but it's now cold, and you can just never quite get into that comfortable temperature zone. And so you've just been kind of walking along, searching maybe for any semblance of society or civilization or just a well that's not dry. And you kind of come over this bend, this kind of pass where you see something in the air. It's like, is that a bird flying around? It's a strange looking bird. Like, no, I know what that is for sure. That's a kite. And it's getting late at this point. Let's say it's about 7:30 p.m. And you can kind of just see this kite flying in the silhouetted, by the setting sun. And if you weren't so desperate, desperate for food and water, I guess just water mostly, you might think that it's quite a beautiful sight. But speaking of food and water, I do want to see how long you guys have been out here, So
Okay.
I think that with your adventurers kit, you all started with let's just look at your inventory here. You all started with so many rations, right? I think some people started with 7 rations. Does that look right for most people?
Yeah, I have 7 rations. Yep.
Yeah, so why doesn't somebody give me a D6 roll? That's just a 1d6, and we'll see how many rations you guys have had to use.
Oh Lord. So we want a low number, yeah?
Yes, you want a low number. A 6 would be...
Okay, let me do it. Okay, here I go.
Let's see it.
Guys,
yeah.
we've been in the desert for a very long time.
No, no.
Whoops.
Unfortunate. So...
Does that count for me as well, Jalen?
No, you're good. You're good, Alec. You know how to survive in these parts. You weren't just ran out of town. You were prepared. They just had to run out of town with what they had on their backs, So,
Sorry, y'all.
all right. Now I want to see something though. And I want to see how well of survivalists you were. So let's say you've been out here 5 days. But how well were you able to succeed on your own? So I think survival is a skill. Survival is a skill. Now, is anybody trained in survival? That's a question.
Skills are under where? Proficiencies?
No, skills are under skills.
Yes, under proficiencies. You can also
I'm -1 in survival.
You can also see them
Dude,
in the hotbar at the top, under skills. And there's
I didn't even know it was a hotbar. Holy shit. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, hotbar is going to be useful for not having to open your sheet all the time. There's also this party sheet right here.
Iron anymore.
And if you click on that, we can actually see that there's
Sounds good as last time.
these summaries for all you guys. So if you click on the party sheet and you navigate to party skills, we can see that the best person in survival is Knick-Knack.
Yeah.
Interesting,
Damn, dude,
Knick-Knack.
+4. Holy
Where'd you
shit.
learn to survive?
I was born scrappy.
I don't know, dude. Just looking at the picture, I mean, Knick-Knack looks like been through some shit. I don't know what
Yeah.
I'm looking at. It's like a dragon flying next to him. I don't know.
Yes, by the way, so, I mean, Knick-Knack, have you been traveling with your companion out?
How long you say?
You've been out kind of just wandering the desert for about 5 days.
Right. Wait, what was the question?
Oh, is your companion with you? Like,
Yes. Oh, definitely. I mean, he kind of comes and goes, but Draconis is generally summoned, we will say.
Okay.
And he kind of provides me shade too, which is nice.
What? He's so small though.
Yeah, he hovers over my head.
Yeah,
It's
use
not
your
a lot of shade.
imagination a little bit because he's actually larger than Knick-Knack. He's like
Yeah,
a
He's
What?
tons of feet behind him,
Oh,
right?
okay.
yes, it's a
It's a
forced
forced
perspective thing. Like, just,
Okay.
just pretend it's forced perspective. Anyway, yeah, Draconis is actually a medium-sized creature, and Knick-Knack, I believe you're a small-sized creature. So it's like,
Hmm.
yeah. So okay, so it's actually been a little band of 4 because there's this kind of like summoned dragon spirit that has also been with you guys, and you would know this is not a secret if he's just saying it's out. So okay, yeah. So Knick-Knack, you have the best survival. So I feel like this is a role where it makes sense for kind of the best person to roll it, and we'll just see how well you're able to kind of like hunt for food out here. And I'm gonna tell you it's not easy. So I won't always do this, but in this case I'm just gonna tell you the DC right off the bat is 17, and you can have the number of rations that as a party you guys would have otherwise had to have spent. Otherwise, fail it, and you guys each have to expend 5 rations.
Looking forward to seeing that crit fail. Looks
Yeah.
Oh, look at that!
Nice.
All right, great. So in this game, typically you round down if there is like a halved number. So we'll say that each of you has to spend 2 rations to have been out here this long. But Knick-Knack, what have you been doing to help like feed the party while you've been out? What's your strategy?
Yeah, and definitely like nabs hawks and other small birds, as well as sort of like catches. I don't know. I'm imagining like he's like spreads his wings out in the morning maybe and catches what little dew there is. And we like collect it all
Ooh.
into like a little pot. It's not much, but it cuts back on the rations.
I thought we would like lick his back to get the water. I'm glad we're like collecting it.
It's just
all
like
her
sweat.
blood.
It's not even water.
Just pass around Draconis and
It's just-
his sweat.
Just dragon spirit water.
Yeah. We hallucinate a little, think we're dragons.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's very clever that he has this ability to just to just soak up water from the morning
From
dew.
the air. It's the morning dew before the sun evaporates. That's how some things survive in the desert when there's enough water.
No,
In the summer.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, and I like it. So yeah, was everybody able to remove 2 of those rations from your pack?
Even though I rolled a 5, it's now everybody 2, right? It's not like I have to do 5. It's 2 for me as well.
Correct. Knick-Knack was able to help you guys.
Great. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of help everybody.
Okay. So
And this is just kind of a a ruling I'm making more or less on the fly, but I thought it would be a little interesting first roll of the game to see how many rations you guys have like used all out here, because it's not like you guys just get to walk away with all the stuff that you've always had.
Wait, did someone remove rations for me? I think it says like 7 out of 7, but then it says quantity 2.
Yeah, I have the
weird.
same thing.
Good question. Good question. Uses
7 out
7
of
out of 7. How do you use
Oh,
a
maybe-
Science
ration?
gargantuan.
Oh, maybe we only have 2 rations. That's 7 out of 7. Maybe it means something else. Maybe it's 7 hit points you get if you eat it or something.
No, I think that it's you have 2 weeks worth
it
of
says 7
rations,
uses.
maybe. So it's like you
Oh.
have 7. So from each like
I'll delete 1 and
ration.
then make 5. Yeah.
Oh, and here's
No.
how it works. If you click the rations in your inventory, there's a use button.
Is there? Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Oh, I just got used.
I did
Who
one for
that?
Thimble. I did it for you because I was just practicing seeing it myself.
Okay.
Where in this is that?
Oh.
Oh, symbol use.
Voldo kite. Amazing.
Wait, how did you use it? So go to my character sheet, go to inventory.
Yeah.
So should we
And then-
use? We should use 2 out of 7 of this 1 ration.
Yes. Let's say that.
Okay.
I
You
can't
can
see a
also
use.
always just like go into you see how there's like a little like edit item button. You can always just
Yes.
click that and just like do it manually.
I see.
I just went ahead
Well,
and did
it's-
it for you, Arya.
Oh, details.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, thank you. Oh, and
Okay, so we all have
details,
5 out
okay.
of 7.
2 out of 7. Oh yeah, no, you're right. 5 out of 7.
Oh yeah, 5. Okay, I'm gonna change it back. 5 out of 7. Gotcha.
I think this is how rations work. I'll probably look it up after the game because I don't think you're gonna run out today. I'll just double check how the rations work at some point so we can make sure that we're doing this right. But I think it's like you get 7 uses out of like 1. Like the rations in the book are like a week's worth of rations or something like that. So you can use 7 to. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. So now, yeah, you guys are like walking. It's late at night, and you come across somebody flying a kite. What's going through your heads at this time? I mean, this is, let's just say, the first example of like humanoid activity that you guys would have seen in 5 days.
Am I? Are we able to see who this person? I mean, we see the kite, but could we see the figure?
So you want to get like closer to kind of take a look at who might be flying the kite?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sketched out. I'm like, who's this
You're
dude in the
sketched
deep desert flying a kite? Or is it? I'm guessing we don't see the end of the string. We like don't know what the person looks like.
Yeah, it's like
it's like on top of a hill or something.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a
Also-
hill kind of obscuring who's at the other end of the kite.
Ooh.
I feel like we scrambled because of I stole something. I don't really want to get caught. I'm nervous about whoever this person is.
It has been a few
Okay.
days, but that is a reasonable
That's
fear.
true. Okay.
It's been 5 days, like out here in the desert. And so this is, I would say, this is probably an kind of a weird sight because it's like you've been out here for so long, you're struggling, and here is somebody, presumably somebody doing a relatively like leisurely activity. Right.
I'm thinking maybe we're very close to a settlement. Maybe. You know, like right above the hill.
We are running. We are consuming our rations, and that is kind of scary here.
And like, I know, I as much as I like drinking dragon sweat off the back of dragons, like getting some water, or beer maybe sounds good too. So
Yeah, perhaps whoever's at the end of this kite has some beer, which you haven't taste it on your lips in probably five nights.
This is true. Yes.
And you might be pretty used to tasting beer every
Pretty
night.
alcoholic. Yeah.
Who knows? Just making some guesses here. But so yeah, do you guys? I mean, it sounds like you're desperate enough that you want to approach. But do you
Yeah.
want to try and get a closer look without them spotting you? And
Yeah.
just to
Is,
kind of.
is my stealth good? I feel like I have good stealth. I feel like I can hear
Yeah.
over the dune without getting caught here.
You can do the party one. Let's see.
Knickknacks.
Oh yeah, Draconis has insane stealth. So does Voldo. Really good stealth.
Thimbles has +5, and I think you
Mhm.
guys are all kind of have equal stealth at +5,
Oh, sick.
except Draconis has a +7.
Couldn't Draconis
How
like
did-
do
how did
like
that
a stealth
happen?
flyby?
Draconis is crazy.
It's because he's trained in stealth, and has a
I'll take
dexterity of
it.
+4.
I'll take it.
So, I mean,
So I think in Draconis's mind though, he sees the kite, right? And he's like, oh, I could take him, you know, I could take that kite down, no problem. But Knickknack it kind of reins him in, and honestly, I think Knickknack is just kind of dumb and simple enough that he would walk right up to the person.
Whoa.
Everyone else is scrambling for stealth, and Knickknack's just like, no, I have a guardian dragon. You know, I'm gonna walk right up.
all right, just for
Kinda without
shits and
saying
giggles,
anything.
why don't
Yeah.
Arya and Roy, why don't your characters give me a stealth check?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
and while you guys are rolling that, Voldo, what are you doing right now? Like, you're flying a kite, obviously. I kind of made you do that, sorry. but besides that, are you just enjoying the activity? Are you keeping watch at the
What-
same time? What do you?
Do you know we're here?
It's no, I don't know that.
Well,
you're
that's
there.
what I want to see with
Uh,
this stealth check.
So I mean, it's 7:30 p.m. and I mean, there's not Voldo's not really a nightclub kind of person. I think that they've had a long day of adventuring, and since Voldo's traveling alone, I mean, there's no way that they're not, trying to be aware of their surroundings. But for the most part, say that they're just relaxing, maybe putting together some wood that they've been able to find or dried cactus to prepare to create a fire, maybe a little bit hour later down the road, just trying to decompress from the day.
All right. Okay, so Roy, you just rolled a 1d20. That was your stealth check?
Yeah. Is that the right size?
That is the right size, but next time you can just click on your character and go to the skills and roll stealth, and we'll calculate all the bonuses and whatnot for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
it.
sick. Okay, let me try. So, what?
You did a stealth check, so you got +5. Nice.
That's not good.
So, and then in
Arya,
the
you got a spot.
in the check, you
Yeah.
can see where like where this comes from. So you can see you have a
that's nice.
dexterity of +3, you're
Right.
trained in stealth, so you have a +3, so that's a +6. But your armor is bulky enough that it gives you a -1. So you rolled a
Gotcha.
4, you had a total +5, and you rolled a 9. That 9 is lower than the perception DC of our friend Voldo here. So, but
Oh my.
Yala, you would have rolled a 24, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So you're pretty sneaky, but it seems that Thimble is, well, he's significantly larger than you, so we can just say that he's and a little more haphazardly kind of comes over this hill, while you're kind of taking a more stealthy approach in the back. And Voldo, you see an elf who is like got that dry skin, the like, it's like cracking off his face a little bit.
My gosh.
Yeah, you guys don't look
I'm in
good
bad
to the
shape,
outside
holy
observer.
Jalen, how far away are they from me?
Let's say about like 60 feet or so.
60 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any cover around me? Or maybe
Um,
creating any shadows?
Here, let's see. So let's see. There's a little bit of cover. So kind of at the same time, because right, Knick-Knack, you said you were just like going up, right?
Right. So I am also seen by Voldo, and I'm over the hill. Like I'm heading down towards him. One little
Oh my
cobalt.
gosh.
Okay. All right, let's try something.
Whoa. Loading desert.
Camp? Oh, I knew it was a camp. I knew it was a settlement. What the fuck?
Oh, hey,
Dude, this is so sick.
I got the fire right. This is excellent, Jalen.
Thanks. So can everyone see on the map here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's some fun things. Is you guys have shared vision because you're a party, and it's more fun if you can see what each other sees. But
Mhm.
if you click on just
Oh.
your character token, you should be able to see what you see. And you can see that
Right,
there are
right.
actually things that cast shadows, and like you can't see behind them and stuff like that. Or you shouldn't be able to fully see behind them. You
Yep.
might be able to see like a shadow of what's behind it, but if somebody like hopped back there, you might not see it. So I placed you in kind of a
Right.
way that makes sense. Like Yalo, like where you are is kind of like behind a rock. Nobody can see you. I paused the game just for a second. Thimble, you decided to try and stealth behind a bush, and so it was a little more
Okay.
obvious that you were there. Yala took the very stealthy route behind this rock over here, and Knick-Knack and Draconis are just walking up, just for fun. So Voldo, yeah, I said about 60 feet. That's give or take where everybody is. It doesn't matter that much. So yeah, Voldo, you kind of see them coming along.
Yeah.
What do they see as they kind of see you?
So hopefully they don't see too much for a second. I mean, there's this somewhat tall figure, just flying a kite, dark clothing, and I don't try to make any sudden movements, but I think it's clear that I notice them as I pull the kite out of the air, um, and I put it down next to me. Then they
Are there
see.
weapons out that we might see?
No, because I mean I still haven't fully relaxed yet, so I'm still, you'll still see that I'm armored.
Okay.
You'll not really be able to make out any particular, you know, defining features of me is my face, and my mouth and eyes are fully wrapped, as well as I have a covering on my head. So, I mean, if anything, it looks like, just some kind of, living mummy or something like that.
Oh, great. They're gonna want to
Yeah.
come right up to you.
But I pull the kite out of the sky, and fortunately there are no shadows here, but I move. Am I able to move at all, Jalen?
Yeah, I'll unpause it.
Yeah. So I move behind
Hmm.
the tree,
Oh.
hopefully avoiding as many of you guys as possible. What
Um,
you don't see is that my pulse goes up quite a bit.
Hmm.
Voldo, can you give me a perception check?
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, where is
So
my
I think the best way to
perception?
do a perception check is just
Oh yeah, from the character sheet.
yeah. There's also attributes in the quick one, not the initiative one, but under that perception.
Oh.
Got you.
Oh, So that's what we call
Just
a
do it.
natural
All right.
20. That's what we call a critical success. Natural 20s are fun. Not always will a critical success be a better outcome, but they're fun. So in most cases there is some increased outcome. Along those lines, a natural 1 is usually called a critical fail. There aren't always more consequences for a critical fail besides just failing what you're trying to do, but in some cases there might be. For example, in combat, a natural 1 just means you miss. It's the same as missing the AC, but there are certain abilities that rolling a critical miss might trigger from another enemy. So, in some circumstances it might be more negative than others. So Voldo rolled a critical success on this perception roll, and so you see people who don't look like they would be a direct threat to you, although there is something a little strange about this dragon, but they all seem to be struggling in this desert. You can really tell that they look desperate. Music really loud for anybody else?
I'm not even. Oh yeah, there's. Yeah.
I hadn't heard music, and then suddenly it was really loud for me.
You can turn that down. There's in the right sidebar there is a playlist tab, and you can control the volume on your end with that.
Okay, thank you.
I feel like the music just got really loud for me. So I turned it down a little bit on my end.
Okay.
Cool. All right, so yeah, you guys are approaching Yala. You're kind of just watching them approach. What do you go and try and say or do, Knickknack? It seems like you're kind of taking the lead on just approaching this person who you did just see slip into the shadows. Let's say.
Well, I'm pretty short, so I might not really have even seen him slip into the shadows.
That's true. That's true.
I saw a guy, and I'm heading to the side of the tent, and you know what? I think I'm gonna just plop down by the fire.
By the fire.
Ready to, get some
Make yourself at home. Yeah, let's do it.
So yeah. Oops. So Draconis and Knickknack just kind of end up sitting by the fire. Voldo, what are you doing? You're just kind of shifting around to the back so that of this tree so that they can continue not to see you, or are you gonna?
Well, normally crowds are something that, and I mean, I would consider 3 people that I don't know to fall within that, definition of crowd. Normally that would be something that would be considered a trigger for me and increase my stress level a little bit. But as I noticed that they potentially weren't a threat, I think that I regained my calm. My assumption as well is that they do know that I'm here, so I'm actually going to first draw my weapon. Let me see if I have... It looks like it's already drawn, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's just for a flavor thing. We'll
Okay.
just say that you.
Yeah. I'll draw
drawing it.
my weapon, but then I will exit concealment and greet Knickknack, asking who him and his party are.
Knickknack.
Lets out a little squeak, and he lets out a little squeak and is like, ah! And Draconis sort of chimes in for him, and we are travelers from far beyond, and I am a powerful dragon. Me and my companions demand beer.
Dude, you're not giving us a good look here.
Demand beer. Yeah. So you guys,
And
Yala and
Knickknack puts on kind of a cute face.
So Thimble and Yala are kind of just watching this happen. Thimble a little more out in the open about it. You're welcome to jump in at any time if you'd like to make your whereabouts clearer.
Oh, I have that veil of confidence. Maybe I should saunter up with that veil of confidence.
As
No.
one does.
As one does.
Yes. We could say
Yeah.
that you don't. That there is a flavor veil of confidence, since casting the spell wouldn't actually give you any benefits in this circumstance because you're not frightened.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Like via the mechanics of the game, but I mean the spell reflects who you are, so I think that's fine to now that you're watching this kind of play out, right?
Yeah, like maybe it's time to kind
can-
of approach as well.
Yeah, I think I'll approach, but keep my distance a little bit. Maybe.
What
Can
do
I
you-
freely move? Like something
Yeah,
like
you should be able to
something
move.
like there maybe.
Whoa, taking the roundabout approach.
You know, just observing but ready
Yeah.
to flee.
Yala, what are
The
you?
moment's
Do you
notice.
say something?
Yeah, I have a lot of bravado, I think.
Holy
And,
shit! Okay.
suddenly,
You just
all right, now we're
you walk
doing this.
over knick-knack.
Yeah, you come running in, you vault over the kobold and his dragon companion, and what do you say?
I demand some food. We're gonna like. I think we could take like we want food, and I think we have to steal it.
And you're saying this to the person you might be stealing it from?
Yeah. I'm not so kindly asking if they have rations.
Right. You're demanding rations
Yeah.
and water.
Yeah. I'm
and
thirsty.
this person is brandishing a weapon, a lion's scythe, and they're covered in what is it? Like not rags, but like
Yeah, it's like they're wraps, right? They're like some kind of
cloth wrap.
weathered cloth wrapped around my arms and my legs.
Yeah, my bravado probably vanishes as soon as I see Volvo.
I mean, I look like death, right? I am the image of death.
If death flew a kite.
Yeah, okay. Like maybe my sentiment trailed as I was like, we want your food, we want it, and then I got startled. Probably, yeah.
Can I take an action?
Voldo, do you say anything?
Can I attempt to demoralize? I'm going somewhere with this. Maybe you need to hear more of what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, why don't you tell me more?
Okay, so one of the languages that I speak is Draconic.
Oh.
So what I would like to do is attempt to demoralize the crowd by speaking directly to Draconis in Draconic to confuse the people around me, but also ask Draconis what kind of trouble they bring with them. Would that count? Can I demoralize with that, or should I just stick to ignoring them and speaking to Draconis? What would you say?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, go for it. Let's try demoralize. Let's see if we can demoralize our party members.
Excellent. So that would be against a will, right? So I would have to roll against all of their will.
Yeah, so typically the demoralize action, you're attempting an intimidation check against somebody's will, but it's usually against a single target. So, but in this case, it's just more flavor anyway, since we're not like in a full, combat or anything like that. So yeah,
So do you want to just give a general DC?
Give me your intimidation, and yeah, I mean we'll see. We'll say the DC is 14. That's just kind of a good average of everybody's will saves here. Ooh, that's a
God
3.
damn.
That's a 3 on your intimidation, that's actually a critical fail.
Uh-oh.
So
That
maybe
is, so do
Maybe a crowd
What
approach.
happens?
Well,
What
maybe a
kind of
crowd
creature-
approaching you. Well, let's just go to the demoralized text. It doesn't have any special critical fail or failure conditions. It's just if you fail, it doesn't work. So nobody is frightened of you, which is good. Roy, if you did become frightened, then your Veil of Confidence spell actually would really come into play.
Okay. But right now, I was not made afraid.
Correct. Right now, you are not made afraid. I mean, Alec, you tell me. How does Voldo, like? Is it just that you can't remember all the words of the Draconic, or that the crowd is making you nervous, or?
I think at first when I felt like they weren't a threat, I was my blood began to whatever the opposite of boil is, but admittedly,
Coalesce?
Yala kind of got me going again. The strong words, the bravado. It was. I understand that even though they don't seem to pose a risk, I am outnumbered. So while I asked that question to Draconis and Draconic, I think fluently enough, like
Yeah.
I'm stuttering as I do it.
And what was the question again?
What kind of trouble do you all bring with you?
What does Draconis say to that? And also, you also speak Draconic, Knickknack. So.
I think I do as
It's
well.
true, it's
Oh yeah,
true.
you do. Yeah, Thimble also speaks Draconic.
You should have made that DC
Wow.
higher than jail.
Well, it didn't matter. You rolled a 3. So.
So I'm really out of the loop.
Yeah. Yala doesn't understand what is being said per se. But yeah. So, does Draconis respond to that question, or do you? Does anybody?
Definitely. Draconis definitely does.
What's he say?
Foolish. Well, actually, I don't know if he's mortal or not, so never mind, I can't say that.
Foolish fellow mortal.
beast,
You can make
my
assumptions.
language of the ancestors. Yeah. You speak the language of my ancestors like a salamander.
Oh my gosh.
Bring no trouble other than petty crimes.
I almost feel like
But
Draconis has
Now
a
we
little
demand
sad
your
to have
fear
to.
and penance for your terrible.
Voldo, have you, what are you responding?
I think that like while I'm still pretty riled up, I think that I accept the answer that they don't bring much trouble other than petty crimes, and I've been exposed to much worse throughout my life. So I think I do relax just a tiny bit, and I address the crowd and ask them how hungry they are. But in
Okay,
like a
yeah.
gentle tone, like a friendly tone. I'm not antagonistic. I'm trying to visibly trying to connect with you all. Maybe I'm showing a bit of sympathy.
You sheath your weapon.
No, I'm not an idiot.
All right, so this mysterious
think
figure
that's
asks how hungry are you, and is this in common or in Draconic?
This isn't Draconic. I do want to spite Yala. Yala was kind of a dick, so I do continue in Draconic.
Well, you also might not know who speaks what, but yes. So you, how hungry are you, or something like that?
Yeah, just like I asked sympathetically, how hungry are you all? Or how long have you gone without food? Something like that.
Knick-knack?
I think Draconis almost mirroring Knickknack. They both just kind of nod, and Knickknack nod like yes, like we're really hungry, and Knickknack kind of pulls out his chef knife from his bag and holds it up, but kind of in a way that's not threatening, not like here's my knife, but
It's like,
kind of like hold gesturing towards Waldo that they have a chef knife to cook with.
Excellent. In a show of good faith, I sheath my scythe. Well, I don't really sheath it. I don't have a sheath. I just put it back on like a strap on my back. And I pull out some cookware and a flint and steel, and I just say that it's going to take some time to. Well, I guess the fire is going, isn't it? Let's pretend it's not going because I said it wasn't going in the beginning. I pull out my cookware and a flint and steel and just say that it'll take some time to get the fire going.
Okay, I move forward.
I
To the
do.
fire.
You move forward towards the fire.
Yeah.
You introduce. Does anybody introduce themselves?
Wait, there's no fire yet. Just it.
Okay,
It
there's
looks
no
like there's
fire yet.
Right.
There's no
Turn
fire.
the fire off.
Oh,
Okay,
cool!
thank you.
Wow.
There's no fire.
I still haven't introduced myself, but I suddenly see the only way I can contribute to this potluck of helping, which is that I don't know how to read, but I love fire.
Mm.
I can help in making the fire. Maybe I wordlessly start collecting, twigs and such. Since no comment has been spoken, my bravado is completely evaporated, and I take to just collecting dead branches.
Yeah, of which you don't find a lot, which has been part of the issue just in general, but this
Mhm.
does happen to be a little region with more bushes and dried foliage than before, so you actually are like, you can tell that the person who made camp here kind of knows what they're doing. They chose this spot on purpose.
I see. Okay.
All right. Does everybody introduce themselves? Like, or are you guys just kind of getting to work?
I whip out my flute and kind of do like a lick, It's like a very short
Nice.
like lick, like a 5-second thing, and then say my name is Thimble.
And
I indicate that I liked the lick wordlessly.
a little nod of the
Has
head
Voldo-
in approval.
Yeah, nod of the head, top of the foot.
I asked Voldo if he speaks common. I don't think I've heard any common spoken yet.
I nod my head, but I don't say anything. You get the feeling that I obliged, but I don't have anything to say at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you guys spend some time kind of making awkward introductions. Collecting things to start a fire, kind of showing each other that you can trust each other, that maybe it would be beneficial to group up here, just at least for the night. I mean, right? So let's say that you guys get the fire going. Okay, fire's back on. Voldo smells a little. What does Voldo smell like? A little of what?
Just a little bit like
I smell the alcohol on him and I do a perceive, if I can perceive that.
okay, yeah, you know what? Yeah, maybe like a whiff of alcohol, maybe can be smelled.
All
I
right.
accept.
All right. So yeah, you guys kind of smell a whiff of alcohol on this mysterious, wrapped figure. Thimble, you notice this first. Let's just say what being, having your proclivities. Actually, Knick-Knack, you have lore alcohol, so you might notice this too.
Lord alcohol.
Yeah, what
Right?
the
Don't
fuck?
you?
Oh, so you're a craft dude, huh?
Microbreweries are his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, do you say anything about that, Thimble?
I say mind sharing some of that.
Voldo?
Some of what?
In common?
Yes, in common.
Oh my god.
I'd say the alcohol, I guess.
How confidently are you saying it? Because it didn't sound very
It
confident.
didn't sound confident.
No, I was okay. No, yes, I'm trying to. I'd say, you know what I'm talking about.
So I reach into my bag and I pull out a flask. It's whatever equivalent of mezcal would be in this area. I don't know what kinds of sugary plants we have growing in this desert, but some version
Yes.
of that. And I just kind of dangle it a little bit, and I'm just like this.
And I say, yes.
You share,
I
Voldo?
say, no. My response is that alcohol is no fun without a little song. What do you know?
Ooh.
Okay. I like this. So then I take out my flute slowly,
And what do you do
and
with
put it to my lips while making eye contact with you. And then I play. I can tell that you've been around the block a few times. So I play you a very soothing song, something you haven't probably heard. Something that could take the weight off your shoulders, if only for a brief moment.
Maybe like an old lullaby.
Can you make
Yeah,
a
yeah.
roll for this? I want to know if it works.
Yeah, Thimble, you want to
Okay.
roll performance for me?
Yes. So this would be under feats? No,
Under
composition
skills or proficiencies. If you're looking at the hotbar, it would be skills. If you're looking at your character sheet, it would be
Okay,
under
here we go.
proficiencies.
All right. Here goes the roll. Big money. Let's go.
Mm.
Ooh, okay.
I would say that an 18 is probably enough
Okay.
to sway you. Yeah, I mean that's kind of like, to be swayed by music. One might say that's your will, like your strength of will, and your will is your will save would be 15, Voldo. So 18 beats that. I think that's
Yep.
kind of a good way to measure it.
So let me just mark this alcohol off as consumed. Is there a maybe I don't want to use it right now because we're going to be sharing it. Basically, what I do is I take a swig of it and I throw it over to Thimble and I just say share.
And I say, much appreciated, lass. And I take a swig and give it to maybe Yala, because he's been working really hard getting those twigs. Yeah, here you go, buddy.
Thank you.
Knick-knack, are you
I chug
partaking?
like a larger portion, like my
Ooh.
unfair share. Yeah,
Oh, I see. Okay.
but there's still some, but it just
Okay.
the
Knick-knack?
sailor in me.
Draconis? Are you partaking?
Absolutely. Yeah, Knick-Knack gets up and like it happily, silently squeaks until he receives the bottle, where he takes a nice normal sip and then throws it back to Voldo. Meanwhile, Draconis wordlessly and almost silently lifts himself up into the air to go fetch more, like another big bird that's circling overhead.
Ooh.
Mm.
Vulture to come down.
Okay.
Is that a roll?
Yeah,
Well, I do just want to rein Draconis in a little bit because he can't fully fly yet, right? He can only kind of glide.
okay.
Is this correct?
So he can't.
Like a
You're right.
Spyro,
Well, you can
the beginning of Ripto's Rage, not the end of Ripto.
Spyro would be a good example here.
All right. Fair point. Maybe he spots a small vole somewhere. He doesn't have to eat though, so he's like hunting for everyone else.
Right,
but,
right, right.
Mm.
You know,
Well, because
kinda
also I can
salty.
imagine he can kind of like climb up one
He's-
of these trees or something and glide off, right? That's something you can
Oh, that's
definitely
true.
do.
That's true. But would it be enough to?
To catch a bird, I don't know, but maybe to catch like a ground animal would be a good kind of good way to do that, right? But also once in a while, right, there are like vultures who are eating off the ground, and you might be able to nab them off the ground rather than like flying overhead. So I think it still makes sense, but
Oh yeah, smart thinking. Yeah.
you know, when a
Guys,
vulture's
I just want
knee deep in a
to
carcass. Yes, Roy?
sidebar. Spyro's music was made by the producer, by the
Guy from the
drummer,
police.
the drummer and the police. What the hell?
It's so good. It's
That's
an
crazy.
amazing soundtrack.
That's
I had
sick.
no idea. Okay.
I did not. Stuart Copeland.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would have
It's
never
good shit.
guessed. If somebody
No.
asked me who made Spyro's music, it would not have been Stuart Copeland.
Did you just say Squirt Copeland?
Is that not his name? Is that not what we've all been
Squirt
saying
Copeland.
this whole time?
Squirt. Squirt.
I don't think anyone has ever named Squirt. Like, I don't think that's ever been a name before.
Rocket Power. That fourth guy was Squirt, right?
That
Or
was
Squid.
That was
That was Squid. Oh yeah.
Quite. All right, so imagine that, like, as the liquor kind of enters your stomachs, and hopefully some more real food than you've had in a few nights,
Mm-hmm.
the awkwardness starts to dissolve away a little bit. Maybe you start revealing a little more about yourselves, about what your circumstances are. Maybe not. I'll leave that up to you to kind of decide, I guess, how much you're telling. But, you know, I imagine that as night kind of goes on, let's say it's getting to be a bit darker now. And hopefully you guys can see that the map got darker, got quite a bit darker.
Oh, yeah.
So again, you guys have the shared vision, but like if you click on one of your own, you should be able to see what, like on your own
Right.
token, you should be able to see like what your token sees. Now, Knick-Knack, like you have, what do you call it? Dark vision, and so does Yala. So you guys can see in light as far as the campfire like kind of radiates, but beyond that it's black and white. But our friend Voldo here can actually see in full color. So that's why when you click off of everybody, it's kind of like a mix between black and white and full color. It's like that.
Oh,
pinkish, I think.
interesting.
Yeah. So because Voldo has special dark vision, and then Arya Thimble should basically, if you click on Thimble, should pretty much only be able to see
Yep.
like a certain radius because you don't have dark vision.
right. Right.
Oh yeah, so now that Yala's like all the way out here, you might not be able to see him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
Interesting.
was, I don't know. So I feel like I asked Voldo what he's doing out here. You know, as we're sitting around, fire, alcohol.
Yeah.
I also
So-
say, is this really the place to fly a kite, or the situation?
Oh,
You know, I kind of add that on.
Yeah.
I ignore Arya. Um, I'm not like a mean person. I think that you can kind of you can get the feeling that I'm a friendly person, but not as interested in bullshit as like Alec might be. Little different from me as a person. Also, I do correct you for the misgendering. I tell you that my pronouns are they them, bud.
Mhm.
And I say apologies and noted.
No, you have to do a will check.
No, shut-
What is this falling? Hold on.
No. I think Aria handled
just,
it
like-
fine.
I just like fall apart. This
Imagine
seems
in
if I
real-
don't hit it.
Yeah, you have to do a will check to not like apologize 15,000 times and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not used to it."
If this round was 4
Pitbull
hours
puts on his
long,
MAGA hat
I wouldn't
and says,
say
"Over
this.
my dead body."
Did you get a critical hit or something?
Um,
Oh man.
no, I accept the apologies, and I let them know vaguely that I used to be employed up north, but I no longer work for this person any longer, or I stopped about a year back or so. And I've been traveling ever since. I wanted to see how far west I could make it. Explore a part of Anaghast that I've never seen.
And you've made it pretty far west. I mean, you're about as far west as you can go.
Yeah.
We are actually on
Yeah.
the coast, right? Right now.
Wait, let me. I'm trying to
Um,
pull up a map.
No, I would say
Um,
you're still far away from the coast. Like,
Got it.
yeah,
okay.
you guys should be able to always navigate back to the overworld map on your own.
The top left, Aria. It says. overworld.
Oh, I just pulled up the lore map, but you're right. I could just go to the overworld.
Yep,
Okay.
you can do that too. Yeah, well, the advantage of doing it in Foundry is that you can like do you can measure. So yeah, you
Wait,
guys,
so we didn't. Oh, I see.
you guys are still about
Yeah.
125 miles from the coast, and there is a mountain range in between. So you're not exactly on the coast. Ooh, thanks.
And now, Volo, you said you used to work up north. Okay, interesting.
Like,
Can I
like,
ask? Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Voldo specifically reveals, but it's significantly north and it's significantly east as well. More significantly
Ah.
east. I don't know if you
Oh.
were being, you know,
Vague on
I wasn't
purpose.
vague
trying.
on.
I wasn't trying to conceal the location necessarily. I felt like naming it would almost be irrelevant. I doubt that they would even know what this place is.
Mm.
Um, not to suggest that you wouldn't. I don't know what your abilities are in that area, but that's an assumption that I make.
Yeah, you were being kind of vague, but not necessarily like it wasn't
Evasive.
necessarily super important.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you made it pretty far west, but you're still about 5 or 6 days of travel.
Dude, why'd you draw your boomerang, Gala?
I was just playing around with it.
Just
Like we
playing with
actually
it.
You're ruining. Yeah, you're ruining
Boomerang.
the. Yeah, we're trying to have a friendly conversation. You left the boomerang.
thing away. No, this is for games. This is
Can I-
recreational boomerang.
Can I ask Voldo? Voldo, I'd like to ask you. Do you know where the nearest settlement is, where we can get a good night's sleep?
What do you think about that, Jalen?
Since you've been wandering, I think you're the most that you would be the most relevant here to do that, and I can say,
Yeah.
but let's see what kind of check that would be. You don't have much of society, but you can roll one untrained. I think
Okay.
society makes sense.
It's
Where did we-
possible that I missed the town just north. I don't actually know if I've seen that town.
Okay.
14, 16.
But I gotta.
Let's say you didn't enter it because you don't like the crowds and stuff, but you did
Mhm.
see a town maybe 50 miles north of here, give or take, 25 to 50 miles north of here.
Yeah. So yeah, then I just say exactly that, and also make it clear that I don't really know whether or not there's food or a good place to rest.
Yeah, you saw people coming in and out, but it was like a small little kind of settlement almost.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I say thank you.
I mean,
Yeah,
and
where
then
did we run away from? Sorry.
you guys ran away
We-
from the city of Miche.
Got it.
which
Okay.
is kind of
okay.
like these. It's sister cities with Losha and Shento, which is probably why you didn't go there, because they're like, word travels fast between those cities and stuff like that. You just wanted to.
Right.
They're all kind of governed by the same bodies and stuff.
Mhm.
Even though there's like kind of about a day's travel from each other, they still, word still travels quick. So, it's also there are roads, but it's still easy to get lost, even though there are roads. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah. So that's the other thing you guys would know is that Mishe, Losha, Shento, that's kind of like the major cities of the desert, like of the like for hundreds of miles, there isn't much major like that. So yeah, you know that this little settlement north maybe is your best bet. In the short term, it's unlikely they would know of your vagrancies. Is that the right word? Vagrancy?
Vagrant.
Yeah, being a vagrant. Which,
Right.
yeah. Yeah, I think it makes enough sense. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So you guys are kind of talking, shooting the shit. And it's getting kind of late into the night. Let's say it's like 10:30 now. Starting to get ready for maybe sleep. I mean, Volda, are you okay with letting them camp out with you here?
Yeah, I noticed there's 3 tents. Or well,
I don't know if I'd
battered
call those
up
tents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just say
I
there was
have
one tent and you guys have other tents.
Yeah. I would say that I am naturally apprehensive about falling asleep with all of my equipment and gold and silver pieces and, that stuff with people that I just met.
That's reasonable.
So, I mean, I don't know if someone else wants to, because I've been taking a lot of actions and stuff lately, but maybe I just indicate my apprehension about
You
resting
verbally
here
do?
with you all. Uh, did someone ask a question about how I feel about going to bed? Who asked that?
I brought it
I
up.
could ask it. I could yawn and then ask, and then
Yeah. So yeah, Thimble kind of yawns and indicates that everybody's getting tired. I mean, you've been drinking a little bit. You're probably pretty road weary.
Mm-hmm.
I almost imagine you just kind of starting to fall asleep. I mean, Voldo, maybe you just let them fall asleep and you don't fall asleep yourself.
I'm gonna suggest that one person should keep watch. I think that since they told me that they're being pursued, even though it's for not a very serious crime, I have a worry that somebody could be trailing them. So yeah, I suggest that one person keeps watch and we take shifts.
Okay, so you're not suspicious of us. You're like just suspicious of the whole scene.
I'm suspicious of you guys. I'm suspicious of the scene, and I think that me seeing if you guys are willing to go to bed with me awake is kind of me trying to see if you trust me. Because if you trust me, then maybe I could trust you guys.
Okay.
I'm willing to go. I think
I'm like already
already
asleep. My character. Yeah.
Maybe I agree to take first watch with Voldo. Like I don't want to go to sleep yet either.
Yeah, Thimble's passed out.
Yeah, I'm okay with staying awake for now.
All right.
How about Nick?
Yeah.
I think Knick-Knack during this conversation has already like he just like kind of grabs the chef's knife and he saunters over a little bit outside some of the tents and has Draconis, fan open his wings to collect that overnight dew, and then he kind of like curls up with the knife underneath him like he's just been doing every other night that they've been out in the desert. And doesn't like he like understood that you all were talking about taking your watch and like he's down to do it, but also he didn't really express when he was going to take the watch or if he wasn't. I do think Draconis could just stay awake all night too.
That's a good point.
Theoretically,
Yeah, does Draconis need to sleep?
I don't think so.
I feel like dragons sleep. You're always seeing them sleeping on treasure,
So he's
Mm.
just a summon. He's like a spirit of a dragon, basically. Really,
That
he
changes
takes
everything.
on a fully form, but yeah, exactly. He's magical, so he doesn't have like a fully corporeal form. I've summoned. At least that's my understanding.
I mean, he's corporeal,
Feel free to
but
correct.
he's a physical manifestation of a dragon spirit, right? So
Right.
Or
does he need to sleep? I don't know. I don't know. I actually have no idea. So we can look that up at some point.
Yeah.
But
But
I
I
can see if
think
there's
he
anything about
probably
that.
has more vitality, or it's like maybe like a horse, where in other words, like horses can go a long time without sleeping. Maybe it's
Yeah.
kind of like that, where
kind of just stamina, just
exactly.
stay awake, there to protect.
Yep.
Okay.
Always ready to protect all the gold in the hoard.
Do you have a lot
Yeah.
of gold knickknack with you?
No, but it's like a dragon instinct.
I
You
see.
can
Like
just like
you are
sleep
the
and
gold,
sleep for
kind of.
thousands of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, oh, what's that? I've awoken. Somebody touched one of my gold pieces.
Oh, all right. So as you guys are kind of resting, keeping watch, I want the people who are keeping watch to give me a perception check.
Nice.
Oh wait, I keep going to skills. Sorry, hold on a second.
Nice, Yala.
Thank you.
Very perceptive of you.
Oh, hold on one second. Oh, because I have it on initiate. Oh, here it is. There
It's
you go.
under
Sorry.
the initiative one.
Yeah, I found it.
Okay.
So, Voldo, Yala, you guys start to kind of hear in the distance. So it's starting to get kind of cool at night, and it's starting to get a little windy as the air temperature cools down. And at times the wind is a little eerie, but it's just kind of playing tricks on. It's just your ears playing tricks on you. and every so often you can hear like howls of coyotes or maybe wolves out in the distance, and it's kind of hard to tell how far away they are because the wind is carrying these noises along with them. But but ultimately it's all relatively normal noises of the night. They're not unfamiliar. But after a while you start to hear this kind of like grunting noise. It sounds maybe like a person is saying it, and all you can really hear is like, help,
What the
help,
fuck?
help, and it's kind of coming from like down this direction.
Ooh.
Hmm. We're on a hill, right?
Yeah, it's a slight gradient.
But we don't see any sign. Like we don't see where the source of this noise. We just hear it from over
Yeah,
there.
it's well. Let me see. So,
was that
Voldo,
rock?
actually, with your 19 and the fact that you have full color vision, you can kind of see out in the distance. It looks like a few bodies approaching you, like humans approaching
Oh
you.
god.
They look. You can't really see that many features yet, but you can tell it looks like a group, maybe two, maybe four people, and they're kind of like walking. They're kind of like shambling towards you,
Mhm.
kind of
Ooh.
like stumbling along. And you can kind of hear them a little more clearly now, and it's getting louder. They're getting closer.
So it's not just one voice; it's many voices saying that.
Yeah, you're kind of hearing now a few voices saying that.
Okay. I tell Yala
I
to wake the other. Oh, go ahead, Yala.
no, yeah. I go to stir Thimble and Knick-Knack.
And I choose to take cover behind this tree.
Okay, so you take cover behind that tree,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys see these figures start to get closer to you and closer, and you realize that they're not saying help. They're just groaning. They're
Oh,
just as you see three. I'm gonna pause it here. Three humanoid creatures approaching you, and they look.
holy crap!
Yeah, they look. They're like kind of walking slow, limping, shambling towards you, and you realize that they're a threat. They're not stopping. They're not right of mind, let's say. And this is the point where we all roll for initiative. Alright, so I'm adding you guys to the
Initiative.
combat tracker. Initiative is the word we use to determine the order in which people take turns during combat, okay? So I added you guys to the combat tracker. On the sidebar. On the right
Yep,
sidebar, there's the tab right next to the chat messages. There's encounters right there. Hopefully that highlighted for you guys. And if you right click on that, it will pop it out. And so that way you can see the chat and the initiative tracker at the same time.
Gotcha.
And I want everybody to roll their initiative. It looks like Voldo and Yala already did it.
I'm confused by that. I don't remember doing that.
I don't remember doing that either. So
This is. Where is initiative? It's under attributes
so it's
again?
in the combat tracker. You can just press the button.
Oh.
Or it's
I
under
roll again.
attributes. Yeah, I think you guys should roll again. Because I didn't see you guys like actually roll. So I'm gonna clear your initiative.
Initiative.
Ooh, okay.
So I should see it under attributes now.
No,
You
it's
can also
under,
see it on the combat tracker itself. There's a
Oh
button for
yeah.
it.
So, initiative +2. Is that from perception? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so initiative is determined usually by typically by your perception, although in certain cases like Voldo, I probably actually would have let you roll stealth as your initiative roll because you specifically said you were kind of trying to hide. So is your stealth bonus significantly better than your perception bonus?
It
Voldo?
is. It's a +7.
Versus a +3?
Yeah.
Alright, so for you, let's just update your initiative value to a 16, which means you and Thimble are tied, but we can say, Voldo, what is your dex bonus? Is +4?
Yeah.
And Thimble, your dex bonus is what? +3? So we'll say that Voldo,
yes.
you go first.
Okay.
Just because it's kind of, we'll
So-
just say whatever the quicker, I don't know what the actual rule is, but we'll just say that kind of quicker reaction time is based on your overall dex bonus here.
I can't
Okay.
see them yet, so I could say they're pretty damn far away, are they not?
So you can't see them yet?
No, I can't see them on the board, but can
I can. They're
Oh,
45
it's
feet
because
away.
I have greater cover.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
very
you're
they
far
are-
away
behind.
from
So
me.
that's why I think the shared party vision is nice because you can still see what the other people see if you unclick yourself.
Okay.
I don't know how to unclick myself. Is it a alt click?
Just like no, what I do is I just you
Oh, I did it.
you do the left click, yeah. You left click
I did a
basically
shift
anywhere.
click. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
You know what, you guys? There's a setting that I don't know why it's not on by default, but if you go to the settings, it's under the core settings, and you can do left click to release objects.
Oh.
I can hope maybe even send the setting to all of you guys. Let's see if that worked. Yeah, and you want
Oh
that.
yeah, it did work.
Nice. Yeah, you want that selected,
Okay.
and then you can just like most every other application in the world, you can just click away from your person to unselect them.
Okay.
Hopefully that works for you guys now.
Okay. So Jalen, am I able to see that they are undead, or am I able to perceive in any other way that they might be undead?
Yeah, absolutely.
that-
Yeah,
I
so
am?
so great. So we've started combat. This is your turn. And your turn. On your turn, you have 3 actions. One action that anybody can kind of do is called recall knowledge. You would like to recall knowledge undead,
Mhm.
and you actually have a specific lore skill for that,
Yes.
right?
Exactly.
So why don't you roll lore undead to see? And I think typically this is a secret check, as in like I know what
Mhm.
um like I'm supposed to know what the result is and you're not, but in this case I don't really care. So just give me a lore
I can do
undead.
a blind GM roll. You want me to do that?
No, it's fine. I want this one to be public. It's fine. We might move to the secret rules later. But
Ooh.
nice. So yeah, Voldo, you're actually certain that these are zombies.
Awesome.
And now that you know that, I can actually display their name in the combat encounter.
Ooh,
There's just zombies in this desert? Holy crap. I had no idea.
Yeah, well, you didn't know, and it's surprising, and
Okay.
it forebodes bad things, Voldo, which is something you know right off the bat that in this kind of like that zombies don't just pop up naturally, right? That's part of what you
Right.
get from this
Oh.
lore undead, is that you know that zombies don't just pop up naturally. Somebody or some force has caused these beings to rise from the dead. You also know that they are mindless and that you wouldn't feel bad killing them. And if you don't, they'll probably do it to you.
So can I use? They're pretty far away still.
Okay, so first
how do you
action,
feel about me?
recall knowledge.
How do you feel about me using a second action to, and this may also require a lore check, but to tell, I want to tell the other players, what the zombies' weaknesses might be.
Okay. I will say that you don't. Okay, with a 20, let's say. I feel like I've already given you what a 20 would give. You know that they're slow, so like their reflexes aren't very good. So that is a partial weakness, but they're also probably pretty easy to hit.
Yeah.
And and with enough damage, you can destroy the physical body enough that whatever magic is keeping it in undeath will be, it won't be able to hold that magic anymore. So there is typically you can kill zombies. It's not like
Okay.
you're unable to face these.
So then I am going
So I think that's
to.
still all one action, just in your recall knowledge. Talking is a free action, so you can convey this to your player, to your fellow party members, if we can call it that.
Okay. And I'm also going to.
Bro, you gotta stop moving your
Oh,
character because it's not your turn.
Oh,
I
sorry.
I convey to the characters like the speed that they're able to move and that sort of thing. Um, and then I'm going to move over here.
Okay.
And so that's my second action, and then my third action is I'm going to use hide.
Okay.
Does that give me greater cover or cover? Or am I hidden? Hidden? Am I hidden?
So
What do you
you're
think?
gonna roll stealth for me. Let's see what the hide action is. You huddle behind cover or greater cover, so you're already in cover. So because you're behind this tree, so you huddle behind it.
Right.
Here,
So
rather
I'm
than
concealed.
yeah, so you want to become hidden rather than observed. So
Yeah.
essentially, you're just gonna roll this stealth check and compare it to the perception DCs of these zombos.
All right.
And on a
There you go.
success, you'll be hidden. Yes, we can call that a success. This is a secret check, but again, I think just kind of like in our first few sessions, where I don't care about them being secret. It's like, kind of when you're playing like the first round of a board game you've never played before, you like, play it with an open hand so you can see how it works. So yeah, now you're hidden, which means they kind of know your presence. That like because they know there's your general presence, but they can't physically. They don't know exactly where you are. They can't pinpoint you. Thimble, it's your turn. What do you? Wait, I think that was your whole move, right, Voldo?
Yep, those are three
Or
actions.
your whole turn, because yeah, you recall knowledge, you moved, and then you hid. That's 3 actions right there. Thimble, what would you like to do?
Okay.
I think right now, if you're not familiar with the action system, tell me what
Yes.
you'd like to do, and I will try to like break that down into their possible actions for you.
I'm thinking of moving closer and then using a shuriken
Oh
on
yeah.
them. Yeah.
I like the shuriken.
All right, so you're
It's
gonna
like-
have trouble seeing these guys. You know that they're there,
Right. Okay. Good point.
but you don't know exactly where. So you're gonna have to get. What's your speed? Your speed is 30 feet on land, so that's nice. So you can.
Damn.
Wait, where do you get this? Where are you getting this info? Like
This
quickly?
is right off your character sheet, right off the bio.
Okay.
Not the bio, the like character. It's the first tab.
Yeah.
The character tab. Down near the bottom, it says speeds, and your land speed is 30 feet.
Okay.
So you can move up to 30 feet, which you can measure with that control click situation. And if you move closer
Okay.
30 feet, you know that they're within range. Like, you know that they're close enough that you might be able to see them if you advance about 30 feet.
Okay. Can I move my character?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna choose to move here.
Okay. That was 25 feet.
Oh shit. Okay. It didn't.
Oh, you
update,
actually can't
though.
see them because the light isn't coming with you. The light
God
is coming
damn it.
from the
Hold on.
thing.
Ah, why does physics have to work that way? Okay, let's see.
Do you have
Do
any
I have,
torches?
don't I have a low? Okay, it says feats low light vision. Is that not?
Well, you're in low light vision, yes, but it is total darkness out in the desert right now.
Like even with the moon and stuff, that doesn't count.
The moon,
Like starry
the moon's
night.
not bright enough tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only it's
So let
only
me think about this.
only a half moon.
Okay.
Let's say.
Okay. Wait. Can I? Oh, okay. Wait. Can I use a spell? Maybe.
Well, if you can't target them, so something you can do is just kind of like wait, if you want.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. Can I?
You can.
Okay. Can I move back maybe a little bit?
Yeah, you can. Let's
not
just
like-
say that didn't happen. You held your action. Let's just move you back.
Okay.
You held your action, and now you can you can go after anybody's turn. Okay.
Okay.
So
that makes
we
sense.
will move you in the initiative when that happens, and yeah. So your turn is over. So you're just holding, but it's essentially you're just delaying your turn until later. Okay. So you can still
Gotcha.
have your
Okay.
turn, and there's basically two ways to hold. One is you say I'm delaying my turn, and you literally move in the initiative order. And the
Mhm.
other one is to say I'm readying an action, and you're saying I'm when I can see the zombie, I'm gonna throw a shuriken. Okay.
Oh, what would be the benefit of one or the other? Are they
So
really?
in that way, you're not by readying, you can interrupt an action. So like as soon because it
Ah,
uses your reaction, um, you can interrupt one. So as soon as that zombie, like let's say it's the zombie's turn, he's coming over to make an attack. You say no as soon as I see him, right? That was the trigger. As soon as I see him, I throw a shuriken. You throw the shuriken, kill the zombie before it can make an attack.
can I do that instead of deferring?
Yeah, let's say you do that. Okay. So, and
Okay.
that
Okay.
actually even makes more sense because I think it. So you first had to take an action to draw your shuriken. Okay.
Right. Okay. Which try to do.
So you can do that in the thing. So yeah, you have to draw it, like you have to pull it from your pouch or whatever, right? So we can say it's drawn, and then
Mm-hmm.
you take. I think it takes 2 actions to ready an action essentially. So it's going to take 2 actions to ready that action, and then you have to use your reaction
Got
when they
it.
come in. So you're going to basically say as soon as I see one of these things, throwing a shuriken, and
Okay.
lo and behold, let's see what their speed is here. Oh god, where's
No
the
need to see.
speed? Where's
Okay.
the speed? 25. 25 feet. Alright, so this one's gonna move up 25 feet, and it's just gonna double move actually. It's gonna take 2 actions to move up 45 feet up to
Oh my God,
Yala.
Yala, are you
But
okay?
first, this one comes in, and Arya, you can take your reaction. Right? Can you see it now?
Uh,
Yes, you should be able
yeah,
to.
I can see it. No, I can see it. Yeah,
Amazing. So first attack of this campaign, if you
go,
press
guys.
T over the zombie, you should
Press
target
what?
it.
E?
T like
Oh, E.
target.
E, like yeah.
Yep. Boom. Targeted. And now you should roll your. Now you can just roll your shuriken. You can do that from the
Okay.
hotbar or from your thing.
So it'd be the +6, right? Because it's
The
my
plus
first
6
time doing
is
it.
just your first attacking around, no problem. Plus
All
6.
right. Hit, baby. Boom.
Okay, so that was a hit. You rolled a 12 total on the die. You got kind of a low roll, but these guys are slow. They're easy to hit, and you
Nice.
hit by exactly. So maybe you didn't know that, but you hit
Alcohol
by.
was still kind of, that swig I took was still a little work. Yeah.
That's how less fear. Less fear.
There you go.
Got a
That probably
+1
won't help.
item bonus to fear.
I love it. All right. Now, could I do the damage roll?
Yeah, and you can do that right from the chat. So
Okay.
if you click that damage roll,
Oh, it's only a 1d4? Okay.
yeah, they're little. Oh, and you rolled
Oh, what?
1 whole damage to him. So you kind of throw your shuriken, and it's dark. It kind of like bounces off its arm, and it seems to have not even noticed. And then it
I don't
finishes.
get these back, right? Can I like collect them after the battle?
Yeah,
Okay.
if you live to after
You
the
live.
battle. And so then the zombie continues its movement and goes to attack
Oh,
Yala
Jesus.
right off the
Oh,
bat,
Alright,
Yala. And it's gonna
Oh,
first.
God.
That's right.
It's gonna lash out with its fists, and you can see that like the flesh on its fingers have like receded to leave these bony, naily
Oh,
claws, and it goes at you, and boom, rolls a 19 to hit, which is a hit by
Oh my
1.
gosh, dog.
A hit by 1, and it's gonna roll its damage, which is 1d6 plus 3. 8
That's so
damage to our
strong.
friend Yala.
Dude, what the hell?
No.
Right
This
off
guy
the
is
bat.
powerful.
I was
Dude.
so ready to take them on.
Well,
No.
Aren't these supposed to be the guys you farm for XP? Why is he so strong?
you guys are only level 1.
Yeah.
you guys aren't exactly at the farming for XP stage yet.
Uh-oh.
So I should take off 8
How
health
many-
from me, right?
Yeah, so
How much
you
health
should
do
be
you
able to
have,
just
dude?
select yourself and then click the damage button in chat, and it should do it.
Jesus, dude, that's so much. Oh
yeah,
man.
it's a lot. It's a
Okay.
lot when you only have 18 hit points. But you know what? Yala is tough,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe in you.
and I think that
Um,
he'll live to he'll maybe live to survive another day. Let's see.
I'm hoping.
So that was this zombie's whole turn because it was 2 move actions and a strike action. Oh wait, I forgot something. The zombie gets to make a free grab action when it does this,
Oh,
which
God.
means that it gets to immediately attempt to grapple the target, which means I
Oh, I
get to
had-
roll against your Fortitude DC. Let's see how it goes.
Oh man.
17. That's a success by 0. Very close. So now you are grabbed, and one thing that's cool is we can go right from the chat. I'm dragging that grabbed link onto you, and it adds these conditions onto you.
Oh.
Nice.
So when you click on your character now in the top right next to the sidebar, you can actually like see all the conditions and what they do to you. So
Oh.
you're grabbed means you're off guard, you're immobilized, and if you attempt a manipulate action while grabbed, you have to beat just a DC 5 on a D20, or else you're not able to.
Got it. Okay. And that's one of my actions is to get out of to be the DC 5.
I think that's just a flat check, and
Got it. Okay.
just to see if you can do it. But that's a manipulate action, so those are things like drawing weapons and stuff. You already have a weapon out, let's just say, because you were warned and you were keeping watch. So I'm not too worried about
Mhm.
that. Let's just say you would have your regular weapon out.
Okay.
So yeah, so the attack action doesn't have the manipulate trait, so you can still attack. And but you are grabbed by this creature, and that's not good for you. You're being grabbed by a zombie at this moment. Oh wait, it's my zombie's turn. Whoops. And which one is
Oh,
this? This
grab.
one's this one.
Oh man. Would that much? They can move 50 feet? Oh, it's 2 actions maybe?
Yeah, it's 2 actions to move. Oh!
Dude.
Dude, okay, I'm sorry. These zombies are slowed. They only get 2 actions.
Why are they slow just innately?
It's just an innate thing about these zombies. They're slowed, so they only get 2 actions. I should have been better about that. Roy, I'm gonna give you back your hit points.
You. Should I can just add it.
Yeah, you can go for it.
So you're not grabbed either, right?
And you're not grabbed. We can
Oh,
take that
great.
condition
Okay.
off.
Hold on. How do I see the I saw the picture of the conditions, but I couldn't like get a description of them. Was that, or is that are you not
What?
supposed to be able to?
So
Is
in
Voldo
chat
a
they also
portal?
get printed, and you can
Oh, you're
hover
right.
over them there.
Okay, now. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways.
Cool.
So
Okay. Nice, Yala.
yes, good job. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, Yala, let's just ignore all that. Little mistake right off the bat on my part, my bad. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'm
this
good.
zombie just comes face to face with you, Yala, okay?
Oh my
And-
gosh, dude, get out of there,
Okay.
And
man.
you know what? So does this other one. It just
Oh my
comes
God.
shambling along, and now you're being like, not flanked per se, but there are 2 zombies starting to surround you. And now, Yala, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Dude, these are terrifying zombies. They look so scary.
Yeah, they don't look
Gosh.
good.
They're not friendly. Don't want to share any of the mezcal with them. Do I have a sense of their health points or no?
No.
Okay. I'm ready to. I think I'm a champion.
Oh my
I'm ready to
gosh.
fight.
That's
I attack NPC number 1 over here.
All right. Is that the
Jay,
one you're
quick
targeting
question. If you wanna-
currently?
Yeah,
If you want to
exactly.
attack with like a sword, do you have to be on the adjacent tile? Like any non-ranged weapon, it's adjacent tiles.
Correct. And ranged weapons have a range, so we want to make sure we're within that range.
Okay.
And yeah, but correct. Most of the time, swords and stuff, it would be adjacent, so that's like 5 feet. Some weapons have a property called reach, and that property makes you be able to take attacks from a little farther away. Like a spear, I think maybe it gives you 5 feet of reach. Larger creatures have more reach just naturally, like typically. So there's a few things that would allow you to attack a creature with a melee weapon outside of reach or outside of 5 feet. But all right, so
Okay.
you want to attack this one, right?
Yes.
All right, great.
So target,
It looks like it's targeted by you.
and then do I hit the +7?
Yes, because that will be your first attack in this round, so it's at the full bonus. On
Okay, so
your
plus-
longsword, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Which is you need to length my body here.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Natural
Cool
2.
animation. Oh, you missed?
Notice it was
bluster.
only a miss by 3.
Oh,
How do
and
you
that's
know
with
that?
a +7.
Wait. How can I see that?
Oh,
What the
you
miss
might
was
not
by?
actually be
Yeah.
able to see that. I'm
Oh.
not sure. Does it say in the chat
No, we
card?
can't
It
see
says
their AC.
target.
It doesn't. Maybe
No.
we shouldn't know, actually.
Yeah, I mean, typically you guys don't get to know. Like I said, I'm kind of, playing an open hand here.
Right.
But certain things will still be hidden. But I'm just telling you, you missed by 3. Its AC is 12. That's what you're wanting to hit right now. Later in the game when you guys become more familiar, I'm not just going to be telling you their ACs and stuff like that. It's a little more fun when you don't know. But like I
Right.
said, right now I think it's just like easier if it's a little more friendly. And it's not like these are like crazy monsters or anything where it's like, you can tell, give or take, how easy these guys are to hit. Yala, I don't know what was up with that first swing, but it just you didn't connect. Now you have 2 more actions. Now your next swing is going to be at a -5. That being said, you still have a pretty good chance of hitting with this next swing.
It's a -5. Okay, so I'm ready to swing.
Yeah, it's in -10 territory when you really start to like have a lower chance. But yeah, I mean, why not try another swing with your what's it called? Your longsword, right? That's what you're attacking with?
Yes. No,
Yeah.
you said -5, but the second button is +2.
So
Are you
it's
saying
it's an overall -5, but you still have. Does that make sense?
Oh, like from the beginning, you mean?
Right. So your typical one is a +7 because that includes your strength and your
I see.
training. So your next one will be at a +7 -5 or a cumulative +2.
Oh, this is including all my attributes. Okay.
Yeah. So
got it.
basically, you want to roll over a 10 or higher, which is 55% chance right now. So it's not terrible, but it's not amazing.
All right, I'm ready for it. +2, and roll. Come on.
That's a hit, baby.
There we
so
go.
you rolled you rolled a 6. You rolled a 14, which is a cumulative +2 is a 16 in total, and you can do your damage. You can click that right from chat.
Damage.
Only 1 on the dice, but
Oh
when
my
you
God.
do melee attacks, you get to add your strength. So overall, that was a
Okay.
5. And
Okay.
and as you dig into it,
What?
you realize that it took more damage than a creature otherwise would. It seems to be weak to this type of damage, which is slashing.
Wow.
Okay.
So you slash right through it, like cutting its flesh open, and viscera and guts start to like spill out, and you can see that it was like more effective than you would have otherwise thought. Yala, you have 1 action left. What would you like to do? Now, you could try another swing, but that swing's going to be at a cumulative -3. So you'd have to roll a 15 on the die to do it. The other option, right? Do you bear a shield?
I do. Should I raise it?
So you
Is
can
that-
raise your
or-
shield, which will give you will effectively give you a plus. I think it's a +1 or a +2.
Okay. I'm down. Wait, it's a +1 or +2 in what way? Oh, just
to
like
your
if they
to your
attack me.
AC. Sorry, to your AC.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good with me because I feel like they're upset with me.
Yeah, they're kind of it's a +2 actually for you. And we can see
okay.
that you actually just gained the condition, raise shield, and for you it's a +2 based on the shield that you have, which I think is a steel shield. Yes.
Yes.
Amazing. Knick-Knack, it is your turn. Sorry this is taking a little long, but we're all just like getting into the swing of how this works.
Next turns will be fast.
Yeah, my turn. All right. So I am going to move. Second roll. Here we go. I'm just gonna move.
Oh yeah, and Draconis gets to go on your turn. They don't get added to the initiative, but they do get to go on your turn.
Right, but I have to choose whether to move them together or not, etc.
Yes,
the whole
that
thing.
is.
Space bar to go.
I'll be
Okay, there
honest,
we
I
go.
don't fully grasp how your shit works, but hopefully you do.
Yeah. I got it. Yeah, basically I can split it so that he takes 2, I take 1, I take 1, he takes 2, or
Gotcha.
and we can do things. Yeah, but we also don't have to, and then I can have all 3.
Right.
Which is what I'm going to do right now.
Okay.
And then I just moved like 20 feet, and I'm going to cast Electric Arc.
Oh.
Ooh.
And 2 zombies.
Oops.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna get rid of that message because.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Make sure, Thimble, that didn't remove a spell slot for you. I don't think it did.
Yeah, it was a cantrip.
Oh, it was a cantrip anyway. Perfect. Okay. So Electric Arc. Did you target who you're targeting?
No, so I didn't target. I've targeted. Now I've targeted 1. I meant to accidentally target first.
Oh, I
there.
see. It's me that has to make a reflex save. Oh,
Okay.
cool, dude. This is an amazing cantrip. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, it's super good.
So you can
Yeah.
target
It's
2
really-
creatures.
So do I know? How do you do that in Foundry? Is there a way? I can only target 1 at a time right now.
If you
Oh,
hold
like-
Shift and T, you should be able to do both.
Yeah, Shift and T did it.
Oh,
Yeah,
brilliant.
or
Okay.
Shift Alt
now,
click should be able to. Yeah.
I got it. Now I'm gonna cast
All right,
it.
cool. I actually
we
realize
go.
it's on me to do the thingy anyway. So, but it is helpful for you to target because then I know like which tokens you're talking about. So it's on me to roll
Right.
these DC 17 basic reflex save. I already told you these guys aren't super reflexive. Let's see what happens.
Mhm.
All right, 1
Question mark.
rolled. Okay, 1 rolled a 14, which is a
Wow.
fail. My other guy rolled a 6, which is a critical fail. So,
I click
that's-
roll damage.
that's pretty sweet. So yeah, why don't you give me that damage roll? Because, okay, so notice how it says a basic reflex save, you guys? Basic reflex save, basic will save, basic fortitude save. Any basic save, how it works is if you critically succeed, you take no damage. If you succeed, you take half damage. If you fail, you take full damage. If you critically fail, you take double damage.
Damn. Okay.
So one of them is going to take full damage and one is going to take double. Arya, this is one of those times where the half, double, and regular damage on the like chat.
Yep,
That's
yep.
why you might why you see
It
that.
makes
so
sense.
so
Okay.
roll that damage for me. It's still only 1 roll, I think. Oh, that was so sick. The animation. You guys see
Yeah.
that?
Wow.
How it like jumped
Oh, I
from
missed
one to the other? That was
was sick.
badass. All right. So my guy here is going to take double damage. Boom. And this guy here is going to take regular damage. And now they're
Damn.
both looking pretty bad. They're starting to get the smell of fried flesh. Was that a
Ooh.
2-action cantrip? It was.
Yes.
So you moved, you did 2 actions. That is your turn. And we now move on to the last Zombo, who is still way out here. This Zombo saw a thing of electricity just zolt out, and he's gonna take his 2 actions to
You just dip.
try and approach you. Zoop, zoop. And that's all he can do. Voldo, it is your turn. You are hidden.
Alright. So if I want to do, let's say, like, I want to,
Wait, did Thimble ever go? Oh yeah, Thimble went last time. Yeah, I remember.
I did, yeah.
for Conflux spell,
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be my best move here.
Okay.
Yeah, because these guys are flat-footed currently. To me, I mean, one will probably notice me once I attack the
Yes.
first one.
Yes.
But
Once you kind of
let's
make
not-
yourself known, but for now, I think that you can kind of like whip out behind this tree and attack without them
let's
realizing
get
you're there.
started. So I'm gonna do dimensional assault against the zombie with a bit more health.
Okay.
And so what you see is me. Oh, sorry, 1 second here.
Whoa. What
Holy
the
there
fuck?
we go.
That was sick.
All right.
I
So
think
now
you'd
I
have
have
to
to
be
do a
like
strike,
one
right?
spot away just because you can't like
Yeah.
share the same thing. That was so cool how you teleported. What the
Okay.
hell?
So
I didn't know Foundry could do that.
yeah, I guess the flavor there is
It surprised even me.
Voldo seems to disappear into the shadow cast by this weird desert palm tree and reappear on the other side of it.
Does where I put you fine? Is that fine?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. And I raise my scythe above my head and prepare for a strike against this surprised little zombie guy.
Little zombie guy over here.
The one that you're
So-
targeting, I can see that.
Yeah.
So the
And now I
dimensional
get a-
assault was one. And are you spell striking or are you just regular striking?
No, because I would still need to charge my spell strike. So this conflux spell is like has a charge now.
I think your spell strike is only 2 action. It's 2 actions. You just did 1 action for this. So
But you still
you could spell strike.
but it requires a recharge action
Well,
to
it
spell
says
strike. Oh, but I could spell strike because I used the conflux spell.
yeah, and I think in my mind it's like it starts out charged, and then once you use it,
Right.
does that make sense?
I'm not going to use it because
that's-
I want to do
Absolutely
one
fine.
more dimensional assault. So I'm gonna
Well-
teleport twice.
Well, you only have 1 focus point, so you can only do dimensional assault once until you refocus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then well that's gabbage. Okay. Well, let's spell strike him then. All right, let's hit him with the gouging claw. Spell strike.
So you are doing a spell strike. Fuck yeah.
I mean, why not?
What is a spell strike?
So
that
this
just
is like a special class feature of Voldo. This is something that you guys would not be familiar with. But Voldo, do you want to describe like what it looks like?
Okay, yeah. So the Magus is able to combine a spell with a strike, like a normal weapon strike, to do all that damage in one hit. And so what I do is I cast Gouging Claw, and you see the head of the scythe transform into what looks like a giant dragon's hand. With
gosh.
What?
four large scythe-like talons coming out of it. And Jalen, I think, do I add a circumstance bonus here? Because they're flat-footed? No.
Because you're hidden.
Yeah.
Why don't you roll it and we'll just see if it automatically
does, yeah.
kind of does that. Oh.
Wow.
Okay, so notice that it did do that. Well, you're flanking as well, so you kind of get the bonus anyway. Holy shit, Alec. Voldo just did a critical hit against this Zombo.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
why don't
Yes.
you roll me that critical damage?
And
So
we
bad.
also got to add this here.
Yeah.
What is
Okay.
going on? What the hell?
Oh my god!
Okay, so you
I just
do
swing a sword.
you
Yeah.
do a total of 23 damage to this Zombo who had 10 damage left, and it
Wow.
is obliterated just in pieces on the floor after this happens to it. I mean, it can't. Yeah. Oh, you actually did more than that because it is vulnerable to slashing damage. So yeah, so how the vulnerability works, it's vulnerable 5 to slashing damage. That means anytime you do slashing damage, even if it's 1 point, it takes another 5. So
Damn.
I also do +3 damage to flat-footed creatures.
just in general.
Yep.
Okay, well, I think it didn't matter on this one. But this Zombo
That was
just
like almost 30 damage.
yeah, that's a lot of damage in one hit. But that is your actions, and Thimble, it is your turn.
All right. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my cat. I was going to say catnip, cantrip. Needle darts,
Okay.
which apparently is a range of 60.
Range of 60
So-
feet. You're well within that. And who are you attacking?
I'm going to use it on like this Freddy Krueger one. What's the name? Unknown NPC. Let me target him.
Here, you
Oh,
should
there
be
we go,
able to
the
see them now.
Yeah.
See the names now.
Shambler.
Yeah,
just-
zombie shambler.
Just wait. So you're targeting. Every so often, it's probably a good idea to just clear all your targets. Which is this button,
Error. Okay.
and then you can retarget.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So, let's see here. Spells, needle darts. Now, what is this? Cold iron, silver, adamantine. Okay, I'm just gonna maybe go with the
I
regular
think
one.
they're
These like
You shape 3 needles out of a piece of metal in your possession and send them flying in tight group towards one target. Yeah, they're just regular. You don't have any.
Wait,
of the
I don't know if I
special
have
ones.
metal in my possession though. Hold
Let's
on a
just
second.
say you do because you would know that you would need it to cast this.
Okay.
So yeah, but it's just regular steel. Because it says all the
I
metal
see.
returns to you after the attack, so it's not like it's
Oh,
expendable.
okay.
Kind of like reforms at you. So. All right. So yeah, just click the regular needle darts from the chat. Yeah. Okay, and then hit the attack button.
What is map?
MAP stands for multiple attack penalty.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see.
so
Okay,
you
it's
don't
not the
have to-
same thing. Just for. Okay.
That's going to be a hit. You're 1 shy of a critical hit, but that's going to be a hit, so just roll damage.
All right. Which is
From the
roll
chat.
damage. There we go.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
the chat card.
Big money, baby.
All right,
Okay.
so on 3d4, yeah, not the best roll, but still 5 damage, and you know what? Pew! That's enough to destroy that one too.
Baby.
It's not quite as eviscerated. It's just you've taken out the rest of it.
It
It's
was
not
like
quite as
a
eviscerated
very
as
slow moving needle, just kind of like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, pop, pop, pop,
And he
pop.
just kind of
Just kind of
Okay.
goes right through, and you see this zombie fall. Yala, you are no longer surrounded by zombies,
Nice.
but
You're
there
just
is
like-
one
you
not
just
far
have to
from
do that.
you that you should be able to see
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, I do see that.
And
I
it
definitely
has
feel
not.
like
This
the
one has not
Gimli-
been hit.
Okay. I have another chance.
And now that these zombies are dead, you will be able to move past them. It's considered difficult terrain, I think, but you still have more than enough movement to get over to this zombie if you would like.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I'm a bit embarrassed by how this fight's been conducted. I was the first one to make, first one to attack. I missed. My second attack hit. and then Voldo did some black magic, kills a dude, explodes his body.
Yeah, there's like
Meanwhile-
viscera all over you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like,
I was
Not
hoping that
fun.
you were gonna say I get like some spray damage or something with that.
Yeah.
I don't think I did 30 damage ever in the last game as like a level 5.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage.
yeah, like I'm just covered in zombie blood. Meanwhile, Thimble from behind a tent, like apparated some darts. That
Can
killed
we
the guy
say
on
like
the
one
hill.
of the darts almost hit you? You know, like
Yeah.
so like it like cut through your shirt or something.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
the first one. Oh man. Anyhow, so I have to prove a point here. I'm gonna go over to the last remaining zombie shambler,
Nice.
and come over here now.
Nice.
And I want to attack. I'm gonna longsword this motherfucker.
Yeah, so target him first if you can.
Oh yeah, target. Okay, let me target. Oops.
There you go.
Okay. Strike. +7. Okay.
Oh, that's what we call a critical hit.
Damn.
Somebody
There
is
we go.
somebody is trying to prove themselves here. You're like, no fucking
Yeah.
around. All right, so
Yeah.
now instead of the damage button, you can click the critical button here.
Maybe he'll do
Okay.
2 damage this time.
Damn, Voldo, harsh critic over
You are
there.
you're the Legolas to my Gimli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still only counts as one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did roll a 2, but you know what? It's a critical, so that multiplies everything by 2. So that's a
Oh.
2 plus 4 is 6 times 2 is 12 damage, and we know it's vulnerable to slashing, so that's gonna deal 17 fucking damage to this guy. Yala, would you
Hell
like to
yeah.
make another attack with your third action?
Yes,
Do it.
Let's do it.
Now
I'm
this
gonna
is this is
you
at a
down.
-5, so make sure you hit that one.
Okay, -5. And rolling.
Oh,
That's still a hit.
15.
By 3, so do your
And-
regular damage, and I think it's gonna kill it, because even if you hit 1, yeah, adds the +5 for the vulnerability, and
1,
Point.
2, 3.
Floink, it's dead. Another 12
Floink.
damage to it, and this one
Yola,
is
do you have like a catchphrase, like a sailor catchphrase you say as he falls, like a
Okay.
Un-
Tentatively, let's. Arr!
That's it. Okay.
You're like, that's what they all said on the boat.
No, like
Yeah, that's what they
I was,
said on
like
the
you should say
boat.
like throw down the like I'm dropping anchor. Something like that.
Anchor drops.
Yeah, so you kind of like you bring your long sword. Well, you're small compared to this, so maybe you bring it up and kind of split it in twain as it falls
Oh,
down
that's
to the
so
ground.
sick. It's so gross.
And that is the encounter, you guys. So let me hit end encounter.
Nice.
Yes.
Hey.
And you guys can all give yourselves 20 XP.
All right.
Okay.
Where do we do that in the character?
Yeah, on your character sheet, top right. Like toppest.
Oh, got it.
Toppest right.
I'm
we need
drinking
1,000 points to upgrade. That's nuts.
It is a little nuts. This was a really easy encounter. Nobody took any
Okay.
damage, which is why you only took 20 XP from it.
I see.
Yeah. They didn't even get to hit you. You guys took care of them
Good point.
way before that. We thought they did when I first attacked, and they thought they had 3 actions, but they don't. They're just shitty little zombies who only have 2 actions.
Zombies. Maybe we can attack us. The gang.
All right, so you guys won this battle. The zombie attack in the middle of the night. What do you do? You give me everybody kind of give me a perception check.
Which one? The initiative or the?
No, not
perception?
initiative. Just a
Okay.
regular perception check.
Mm.
Ooh, good rolls, good rolls.
Damn.
Wow.
I like how
mine
it's
over.
mine. Yeah. That was nice.
Good rolls.
You guys-
So kind of looking around as the magic that was holding these dead bodies together as it starts to kind of unravel. Their visages maybe return a little bit to the humanoids that they once were. And yeah, you can see that these creatures were once human, and that they had been turned somehow into these undead monstrosities. You're not exactly sure how, but you can see that they're just wearing normal clothes. They like while you were fighting them, they looked like such terrible monsters, but now they almost just look like innocent people. And you
God
realize
damn.
how horrible, not what you guys did. It seems you guys actually like gave them final rest, but how horrible this thing that was done to them. And yeah, you will say, Voldo, you can see on this one, this one,
Letter.
that yeah, you can see that there's actually like a little bit of a piece of paper like sticking out of its back pocket.
Mm.
And you should be able to actually like, double click on it and see it.
Yeah. I can't see any writing on it though.
Yeah, here, give me a second.
I do see a letter to Tarek though.
1 second, 1 second. Oh wait, I did it wrong. Sorry. 1 second. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Can everybody see the letter?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it reads, Dearest Tarek, I had much fun on our trip to the Western Waters last week. Your stories about what lay beyond were quite colorful, and I promise I most definitely believe in them. In seriousness, although the roads felt dangerous at times, I always felt safe with you by my side. I wish that we never had to return to Thresh, where there is nothing ever to do. But it is our home, and it is where you live, so it will have to do for now. Come see me when you receive this letter, or at your earliest, or at your, oh, I typoed, at your earlier convenience. Your love, Beryl. Yeah. So it seems like these people may have come from the town of Thresh.
Okay. I couldn't
Whoa.
find it on the map.
It's just north of us here.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
close you couldn't even see it. But yes,
under my nose.
and
Yes.
Voldo, it kind of occurs to you that this might be that place that you had kind of seen in your travels. And yeah, I think that's a good place to call the session. Good combat, a little good letter clue situation. You guys got to know each other a little bit, bond over battle.
Yes.
And yeah, I think that's where we're gonna call the session. Is that okay with you guys? Any last words you guys want to role play out or say to each other?
I just say, like Voldo, like really cool, good work and cool, cool tricks, I guess.
I'm really uncomfortable with the black magic we just saw. Like, I just want to swing a sword. Voldo freaks me out, and then we just saw
Oh, you're gone.
zombies.
I
would say
What was that you?
I would say Knick-Knack is kind of impressed by the black magic.
I was, yeah. Oh, same symbol as well.
I'm actually somewhat impressed by Knick-Knack. I would like to be able to use that in one of my future spell strikes.
What, the Electroblast or whatever?
Yeah, that was excellent. So I give a sort of like a fatherly nod at Knick-Knack.
Yeah, let's say that after that, you guys continue your watches, you rest until morning, and we'll leave it at there. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we gotta discuss
love
next
it.
steps in the morning.
Yes.
I
think
would like to say that Draco.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
No, say it.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Draconis never moved the entire time, so he's still collecting dew on his wings.
Oh, good.
Nice.
I'll be drinking.
Dude, because I'm weary after
Yeah.
battle, so I'm gonna go lick the dew off his thing.
Yeah.
Definitely. First, I'm also gonna go lick the dragon.
Let's go lick some dragons
We
tonight.
fade out
It's a
on a
good-
scene of everybody sensually licking the dragon's underarms.
No, you guys,
Oh,
no,
gosh.
He folds his wings up in the water. The water drops flow down his wings. You just collect it. You don't have to lick it off.
You kind of
more if you
wring
lick
it
back.
out.
Doesn't say that.
Yeah.
Nick
Also,
doesn't say
I
that.
agreed. I agreed with lick Draconis before I knew he could talk. Like now it's a whole different thing. I didn't know he spoke common.
That's
It was
true.
more of
It's
a
a little
pet.
awkward.
Does he speak common or does he just speak Draconic?
Oh, does he just speak Draconis? I heard him talk. That's all. I didn't know he could talk.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah,
more
like
like
Common too.
All right, guys. This
Okay.
was a good session. I feel like we're working through the kinks and the rules a little bit, but hopefully
It's
next
making
time
a lot of sense.
be a little smoother. Next time we'll just jump right in, so hopefully we'll have a little bit more time to focus on like the story and stuff. But
Okay.
Oh,
this
Hell
was
yeah.
fun. I hope
Fuck
you guys
yeah.
had a good
Right
time.
yeah.
Good
totally.
stuff.
I'd
Great.
love
Okay,
it.
so we're doing 2 weeks from now?
Yes.
Let me put it on my calendar. All right, let's do it.
So I think
All
that's
right, I'm
the
good.
14th.
Yep.
Mm.
Excellent. All right, I'm gonna head out.
All
Good
All
right.
right,
time.
see you guys.
Yep.
Good
have a
night.
Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Till next time.
Bye.
Bye bye. Love you. See you. Bye.